sempre una labile, leggiadro viso, il pianto irriso, è menzognero. La donna è mobile, qua più vale vento, muta d'accento, e di pensier. Pensiere di pensiere.
Folks, I'm on 18th Avenue in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, in front of Queen Anne Ravioli. Raviolis are very, very near and dear to Johnny C. Okay, now we're gonna go back and we're going to meet George, the owner of Queen Anne Ravioli. 1972 they started, but there is a pasta making machine that goes back over 100 years. There's not one other, maybe one other in the world. They're not sure. Come in, step back in time with Johnny C at unbelievable Queen Anne Ravioli in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. Now when you walk in, you can just feel the history, the pride of Queen Anne Ravioli. Beautiful, quality products. And I just can't wait to get a beautiful tour of the back. And we're gonna meet George, I heard he's making the sauce. I can smell the sauce. I can smell the pasta. It's an amazing, amazing history here at Queen Anne in Bensonhurst. You got beautiful raviolis, you got spinach, you got manicotti, you got pumpkin ravioli, butternut squash. I love butternut. We have supasada. We have the sauce. You're going to hear about the beef sauce. It's a very, very special sauce. You're not going to find another about it. And I want you to meet the owner here, George. He's working. I came in. I just walked in, and he says, "Johnny, I'm making the sauce, but you can always take a video." Great, great business, family business. You're going to hear why they call it and named it Queen Anne. It's a very personal reason. And you're going to see this equipment going back over 100 years. You can't find it elsewhere. Making today the pasta. George, is it okay if I come back?
Yeah, please come on in, Sean. How you doing?
I smell that sauce. Let me tell you. Amazing, amazing.
Well, thank you. A puttanesca we made today.
I love it. Just share with everybody. You have to share why we are called Queen Anne and the history. And let's get right into the sauce. I mean, I smell it from when I open that door.
Yeah, well, you got the anchovy and the garlic. I mean, in a puttanesca, so that's what you're getting out there. Originally, my father-in-law started this store. My father-in-law, Alfredo, started the store with a partner. The partner's wife's name was Regina. My mother-in-law's name is Anna. So it became Regina Ann Queen, meaning, Regina in Italian, Queen Anne, and that's how that started.
Wow.
And he incorporated in 1972,
Wow.
and then it was on that side, that building, because this is a two-building situation, and then he expanded to this side when the business got bigger.
Now, I understand there was a movie. There was a movie filmed back here. Wasn't it original from a Moonstruck, or was it filmed, or?
No, this was at one point, at the last incarnation of this building before my father-in-law bought it, there was a Camerari Bakery.
Camerari, yes.
Right, now Camerari Bakery, of course, from Moonstruck,
Yes.
but they filmed that in their other location.
Okay.
That downtown in the Court Street area.
But this was Camerari.
Oh, this was originally the Hamilton Bakery. This was originally a grocery store. Then the Hamilton Bakery, and then the Camerari Bakery, and then my father-in-law.
Amazing. You were Brooklyn born? Or?
West 11th Street in Avenue, yeah, born and raised.
I shared with George about my grandma Angelina. They grew up in a Brooklyn bungalow, eight aunts, with a coal stove.
Yeah, yeah.
With bricks at night.
Yeah.
And you knew why they kept that road dirt when they were growing up.
Well, what I was told when I was a kid is you had Lady Moody here, was one of the original settlers into the area, Avenue U and McDonald Avenue. Right behind that, as a matter of fact. Say that when George Washington was here with the Continental Army during the Revolutionary times, they went to go visit Lady Moody, a woman of prominence in the New America,
Yes.
and they used the dirt road to traverse to get to her house. So they always, when I was told as a child, it's never going to be paved, or it wasn't paved because it was used by George Washington at the time.
This is real history. I mean, my family's in Old Calvary.
Oh, okay.
And they have a very big monument for those times of the war.
Oh,
in
yeah.
there. So it's so true, and I never knew that, and that's amazing.
Yeah, same thing at Greenwood Cemetery. There's something called Battle Hill. It's the highest point in Brooklyn, and that was where the Colonial Army took a beating, I believe.
Wow.
They even say that in Bay Ridge on 3rd Avenue, there's a Rite Aid there now, and I believe it's 79th Street. But it used to be a gas station, one of the old style where there was a pillar holding up the corner of the building, and you drove actually under the building to get your gas.
Wow.
They say that that was the site of a mass grave. Again, when the Colonial Army took to get a beating from the British, and that was considered a mass grave. They said it was haunted.
Wow,
A haunted
wow.
gas station.
Wow.
Now it's a Rite Aid, I believe. But
That's amazing.
yeah, Brooklyn, though, been around a long time.
So Queen Anne, what do you have here that are the go-tos for the locals that are coming in? And you must have customers coming in for every day,
People come in and they love the specialty items or the go-to stuff we have, but really, on our specialty type of thing is that every day, I manufacture fresh round ravioli and fresh 36 square ravioli. Once that's done, we're manufacturing crepes and we're manufacturing shells. We're filling them with stuffed shell and manufacturing manicotti from the crepe every day. It's not like, okay, today we're going to make ravioli, freeze them, tomorrow we're going to make it. No, every day I've got 6 items being made simultaneously. A crepe machine making crepes, somebody filling them.
Wow.
Pasta machine making the shell, somebody filling them.
Wow.
2 ravioli machines going, and then it turns into, oh, let's make the cavatelli, let's make the gnocchi, let's make the tortellini. It never stops.
Do you ship?
We ship out of state, yeah, like trailer load.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we also have routes that we have, and there are route men that purchase from me, and then they go to points farther than I do.
So when people eat a ravioli in a restaurant,
It could be my ravioli. Yeah.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
the sauce, is this a family recipe? Is this something?
No, this just some strange reason. When I was a kid, even a young man, a little kid, I liked to cook, and it was out of necessity, So when I got here, we had a chef, Frankie, right, who did all the catering. COVID, not catering out, but I picked up from him, and then I expanded on it, and I found that I like it. So we do a beef sauce, a marinara, a puttanesca. I do a vodka.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I watched this video. The reason I'm here is I saw that video that I mentioned that was out how long ago? Was it 18 years ago? Or?
No, maybe 13 or so
13
with
years
Andrew
ago?
Zimmerman. Yeah.
Yeah, and when he tasted the sauce, I said, I want to taste that sauce.
Yeah, now that was
So-
Frankie's sauce. That was Frankie's sauce. But like I said, I learned from a good guy.
Well, I'm going to bring some sauce back to Jersey, and there's so many people from Brooklyn and Jersey now, and I can't wait for them to see this video. If you can give us a little tour, Frank, we're going to follow you, George, and show us a little of I really want everyone to see that machine and talk about that machine when you get us to it.
Yeah, please come on in. Unfortunately, you're in here in the afternoon, so everything is being a cleanup.
Of
But
course.
come on.
Beautiful, beautiful. Like this machine here. I mean, this goes back. I mean,
This is a machine that we use for the out-of-state work. This will seal the product in a plastic wrap, and it shrinks the product down. This is what the supermarkets require when we serve it.
Got it.
Over here, we just finished making a tortelloni.
beautiful.
Right, and now, obviously making them, pre-drying them on the racks, and then they pack them.
Yes.
This is a machine that makes the dough breaker. This will make dough on a roll, like a paper towel.
Yes.
Then this gets put on that machine, and the dough gets fed. And as this is feeding the dough, producing the product, another one is being made on the machine. And it's a flip, and it's a flip. We have several machines to make tortelloni, tortellini, ravioletti, and agnolotti, the half moon, depending on that. Now this is basically a sausage press, where you'd fill this with the pork.
Right.
The head would go on the machine, and then, as you've seen, the sausage comes out. We use this to make manicotti.
Yes, yes.
Now over here,
Love it.
every size ravioli requires a different machine. So I do 3 sizes of square. Now these machines also are Lambi design, a guy that originally took the Italian machinery and converted it all to a very efficient American style. The gearing and the electrical packages. But if you look, you'll see in there's 5 different squares, right? So this makes a 50 count, a small square ravioli.
Wow.
Now this one, if you look, this is the round machine. This has these 4 rungs, so this makes my jumbo round.
Wow.
That go 4 across. That machine is for a jumbo square, that's for the 36 square.
Amazing.
Now this is an Italian machine. This is a granola and the mixer. So our dough is mixed in here, and not everybody does this, but then the dough is dropped into the granola. The granola spins and it kneads the dough.
When are you starting this process? In the morning or
Oh,
early?
I'm here at like 5:36 in the morning. The men roll in at 7, and then one guy is just making dough, another one is just making ricotta.
Amazing. So if I want to see something in action, come at 5:30?
No, come at 5:30. You're going to see me snoring in the chair with a coffee. But if you came at like 7 o'clock, 7:30, I'd have everything running for you.
I'm going to come back and see that.
Okay,
Without a
please.
doubt.
Let's go on the other side if you like. I need some boxes that we're prepping for tomorrow to fill.
Beautiful.
These are machines that we used to tie the product up, like in the old way, similar to in a bakery when they would wrap the string on the box. We use a machine for it. This is a packing station. It vibrates, things fall into a bag, and then we seal them. Now, this was the original Queen Anne. If you look at the paneling,
Yes.
that's old school paneling. And refrigeration and freezers.
Wow.
And now again, here's the Hobart mixers. This is what we use to mix the cheese.
Yes.
120 quart pots. So this machine here is my big press, right? This is a hydraulic press, which is different than a lot of the machines that are out there now. This machine was made on Green Street in Manhattan. We estimate it's got to be 100 years old. Easy.
Wow.
Now again, that's the mixer, and that's my antique grommet that goes with this machine.
Wow. Where was the granola made? Also Manhattan?
This is made by these people at the time, Cevasco Cavagnaro Ambrette on Green Street.
Wow.
And now the company, the great-grandchildren, I believe, are called D'Amaco. And they were in here only several months ago to see their great-grandfather's machine still functioning after all these years. Those are like railroad ties. You don't.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, just that alone you don't see at all anymore.
Knocking it for good luck for your business for many more generations and years.
Thank you.
This is beautiful. Is there another one of these machines?
As far as I know, there was only another gentleman that had them on 3rd Avenue, and Francis Ford Coppola, who does the wine, also started a pasta line. And I want these machines because of the way they produce the pasta. Rustica is the term he used. So he bought the machines from the gentleman, but from what I understand, they were shipped and they're still sitting in crates somewhere. And he was the only other person I knew that had this type of machine. So as far as I know, I'm the only one in the country continually using a machine, this type of machine.
Now, after it makes it, then you're hanging it, right?
Yeah, well, we'll be hand dry. So what happens is, as the dough is kneaded, you'll fill a cylinder. There'll be a die under here.
Right.
You'll swing the cylinder around. This will now, through hydraulic pressure, push the dough out as if it's like Play-Doh from when I was a kid, if anybody remembers that.
Yep.
Now what this does is creates no heat at the point of the dough being formed into your shape. The newer machines use something like a drill bit, an auger. This creates friction at the end, so you have to water cool it. If you don't water cool it, your pasta will come out, we call it burnt. It'll come out hot, heated. You don't want that with fresh pasta. So then you fill the other two, swing it back around, and you're constantly in motion.
Wow.
I could turn it on if you just
I was just going to ask if you could.
So now this is the directional, up, down, or neutral. This is the pump. Get in there and get a look at that antique. Now that's belt driven from the left. Now notice the gears that are spinning underneath the machine. There are other attachments that we add, and what those gears do is allow a blade to spin slow or fast. If the blade spins fast, I'm making an analeptic. If I let the blade spin slow, I'm making a Z. And that's those type of cuts. But everything else that's a long cut, we hand cut.
The maintenance on the machine is...
The maintenance on the machine is all done by us.
Wow.
It's either that or I have friends of mine that are marine machinists. pilots. They work on cruise ships, aircraft carriers, everything, tremendous cylinders or pistons. They've come and helped me manufacture certain parts. Other things though, you just wing it. Why isn't it working? Let's take it apart and see. I mean, and we've had this machine go down, and 6 or 7 of our people that have any idea how to work with hydraulics just trying to get it going, and we were able to. What it was, there's leather seals, or there were leather seals top and bottom.
Right.
A seal so that the fluid can push the cylinder down, and then a seal so it can get pushed up. One of the seals went there. Where are you going to find a leather seal? They don't do it anymore. So we found another type of a rope seal, which is commonly used, and we replaced it,
Wow.
But I try to keep everything original as possible. But again, a leather seal that's over 100 years old had to be replaced.
And you're producing, in this machine again, you're producing what types of pastas?
All long and short cuts, everything from Analetti to ziti to spiral, fettuccine, linguine, angel hair. We have other machines also, smaller ones, and then we use that for the specialty pasta, spinach, pasta, or a squid ink pasta.
When you hear of other ravioli companies or other pasta making companies, how does Queen Anne differ? I mean, this is for pasta, you differ. I mean, you
Somebody may have, I don't know how to explain it. It's what do you think you have the best? Like world's best coffee. Everybody has world's best coffee. You see, it's up to the consumer or the customer to decide where I sit in their, level of preference, if you want to put it that way. So, I got to walk around and pat myself on the back? No, I'll wait for someone to come in and say, you know what, that was pretty good. Hey, I enjoyed that puttanesca. That's my pat on the back. So, it just keeps me on my toes.
Wow.
In a sense.
Wow. George, can we see where you hang the pasta? Will you
Yeah,
dry it
sure.
up?
This is a crate machine, by the way. It's not running, but this would pick up a batter. After it oils the plate turns over automatically, oils itself, picks up batter, turns back, cooks. When it comes out that end, it's taken off, and then after it's cooled, it goes to get made manicotti on that machine I showed you.
How hot is it in there?
These plates run, the heat over here in the wintertime is fantastic. In the summertime, the guy must lose 10 pounds a day. But again, it would be like you're standing over 20 hot frying pans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, this is my dryer, my antique dryer. Real simple. Sticks go in here. Okay, I'm sorry. Here we are. A stick will go in with pasta on it. Sits there simple like that. Through the little heat that's generated and the fan that blows the air around, the pasta is dry to the point we want it. Yeah. And then it's put in a refrigerator, and then it's sold as needed, and it's made as needed.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
George, you have a craft. You have a passion.
Thank you.
And I wish you continued blessings and this craft and this passion. Anything you want to share with them, your location, your hours, the busy seasons for you in the year are,
we just came off of a Christmas that was unbelievable. During the summertime, we slow down. People do not want to put up a pot of water, make heat in the house when it's middle of July, right? People also looking to slim down, salads and this and that. So business varies, but in the wintertime, put up the pot of water. You want something hearty, I suppose. So we're more busier in the wintertime than in the summer.
Okay. Excellent. And your address, right?
7207 18th Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, in the heart of what once was Bensonhurst's Little Italy.
Yes. Correct.
And there's still some of us here.
Can you show us the front of the store? Anything that items that you?
Yeah, if you like, I could show you some of the stuff we make.
Thank you.
Come on, John.
Now this goes back, like you said. This originally was.
This was the original Queen Anne. Everything done here, retail, wholesale, everything. And I still can't figure out how we did it back then.
Yeah.
I was here from 1982. I worked here from 82 to 85, and then I left from 85 to 90. I worked for the city. I was a New York City Housing Authority police officer. And then my father-in-law needed help. I took a leave of absence, and I came here in 90, and I never stopped. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Amazing. Passion.
Yeah. I like people.
Not work.
I like people. You meet a nice cross-section of people, just like I'm meeting you today. It's fun.
That's right.
So some of the sauces that we were speaking of, there's my vodka, a marinara, a beef, and I'm putting out a puttanesca, now. I sell a few Italian staple type items: sausage, super sod, hot and sweet, guanciale pancetta. You know, people want to make a sauce, of course, the pepperoni. We do some cheeses, cascavallo, primo sale, as you see, bel paese, you know, Reggiano and things. We carry Calabro, fresh ricotta. And then these are all, in the other case, specialty filled items. In other words, spinach ravioli, roasted pepper ravioli, or a goat cheese and fig.
Oh, I love that.
A pumpkin, a butternut squash. Yeah, we do some meat ravioli, asparagus and smoked mozzarella. You know, I'm changing flavors up. Sometimes in the summertime we'll do like the spring corn, where I saute corn with butter and onion and mix it in with the ricotta. It's very good. We'll do spring pea. Yeah, where I'll put a little, pea and onion and a little mint. Wow. You know, yeah, stuff like that. A beet ravioli we do. Wow. You know, and again, seasonal, just to jazz things up. You know,
love it.
This is some of the fresh pasta that comes off that machine. A macaron gel, which is probably one of the biggest sellers we have. This will be for St. Joseph's.
Yes.
You know, you'd use this with the pasta consarde.
Oh yeah.
And then the rigatoni is a pappardella. We grate imported Italian cheese. I make fresh mozzarella.
Yeah, I saw you make a fresh mozzarella too.
Yeah. And then some other stuff that we sell.
These are loyal customers, right? Local?
Yes.
I came from New Jersey.
I'm from Jersey too, Tom's River.
Okay, no, you're further than me. I live in Parliament.
Okay, excellent. How many years have you been coming to Queen
Oh my
Anne?
God, I haven't been here. I can't tell you how long I haven't been. We decided to come back just last week. We said, why don't we take a ride into Brooklyn and see what's going on?
Love it. Good.
It's changed. But we remember you for years. I mean, we moved away 46 years ago.
46 years ago.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. You got some memory then.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
Folks, don't ever forget the history here in Brooklyn, and it's alive, it's happening. George, you have more up in the front here, right?
Well, then these are just some other pastas we make. There's some we make that with egg, which are the ones you see here, and then there are some we make without egg that are dry. And then again, some staple items, Italian juices, cookies, oil and such. You know, the neighborhood has changed,
Right.
so I try to accommodate what's going on around me. You know, I mean, I can't sell the same stuff that a supermarket would sell. I can't sell 4 cans of tomato for $1.
Right,
You know,
right,
so
right.
I try to get stuff that you don't find in the beaten, on the regular path.
Amazing. This is some pastries here? No.
Well, those are mostaccioli, an Italian cookie.
I've never had that.
Wow. You will.
Okay. So, folks, we just got an amazing tour here at Queen Anne Ravioli in the heart of Bensonhurst. As you said, Bensonhurst is
Little Italy.
Little
That's
Italy.
Little Italy, yes.
So it's always ongoing. It will never end. George, I want to thank you, your family, and your team here
Thank
for
you.
the hard work, dedication, and the products you produce. I'm going to bring it back to Jersey. I'll let you know what my palate says when I have the pasta.
Yes.
And I can't wait to have the raviolis. And I have a friend, his name is Sally Figs.
Right.
He's one of the biggest, he's very well known in Bensonhurst. And I'm going to bring him some fig raviolis today.
Okay, that's what you're going to do. Yes.
That's what I'm going to do.
All right.
So God bless you. Keep it up, all right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Volare, oh, cantare, oh, let's fly way up to the clouds, away from the maddening crowd.